out of Ace MMA, here's from Sami. His opponent, fight out of the blue corner is 18, stands 5'9". He fights out of the MMA Academy, here's from Liverpool, Harvey. Your referee is the Carl Cluster.
Connor, I'm looking forward to this one. Featherweight contest, amateur rule set. Fighting out of the red corner, Sami Hoque with his 4-0 record in the white denim shorts, representing Ace MMA, taking on MMA Academy Liverpool's Harvey Roberts, 2-1. Man.
Yeah, we're in for another good one here, Steve. We've got a big size difference here, though. Sami Hoque is a very small, well, small in height, wise of a featherweight. Yeah, but he's built. Yeah, no, he's built.
He's built a little bit like a tank. Short, very short. Much rangier opponent here, and Harvey Robertson, we'll see if that distance, that height can make a difference. But right now,
Hoque does well to break off and strike. Oh, and a big overhand right from Sami Hoque. Lovely. His last fight on another regional show against Robert Ionescu. Oh, he showed big hands just like he is now, Steve.
Oh, it's lovely. He went to the body and then followed it straight away with a lovely combination and making Harvey Roberts rush in there.
That's it. Oh, big body kick there from Harvey Roberts.
But couldn't take advantage, and when he came in, Sami able to take top position.
That's it. He looked like he was off balance a little bit, Sami, when he was on his feet there too. Still a big kick from Harvey, and Sami Hoque ends up on top.
Yeah, now when Harvey Roberts has got that additional range and that length, you'd think that would lend itself to the triangle opportunities here, perhaps.
Yeah, that's it. But sometimes when you've got the smaller opponent, it actually makes it harder to get the submission. You know, with the shorter arms to play with, the smaller neck to play with. Sami Hoque's keeping him up against the cage now, which is a really smart move. He's got his head onto his he's got his head over Harvey's head. Only throwing shots when he knows that he can. He steps over it, over the arm with the knee there.
Try to trap the arm. Again, yeah, showing lots of patience, not rushing, not just posturing up and trying to throw things that wouldn't matter.
That's the fight experience. You know, he's got these rounds in. He knows to take his time. He knows when he needs to pull the trigger a little bit. Harvey looking to create a little bit of space here and frame off.
Yeah, again, in this position, it's all the man on the bottom. As long as Sami stays busy here, chips away and keeps looking.
That's it. Referee stands him up.
Gotta tell you.
Yeah.
I thought he was doing just enough, but I'm not the referee, so it don't matter.
Yeah, that's it. We don't get paid for that, Steve.
And again, you can see when they're standing just how different the height and reach is.
Got so much more reach. He's not really doing much to use it at the moment. He needs to be jabbing more. You know, keep him at bay. But Sami's doing a really good job of closing that distance with his strikes.
Yeah.
But big spin wheel kick. They don't quite land. The range is a little bit odd in this fight, Steve. You know, Harvey knows that Sami's trying to close this distance. That's what you'd be jabbing and moving, trying to pick him off a little bit. But you know, that big power of Sami is going to play a big part in this fight.
You know, is there any mileage in those? You know, the front kicks up the middle to keep, because that's going to go with the height. It's going to go high to the chest, as opposed to you could perhaps use that to keep him away. But it seems that whenever Sami Hoque wants to close the distance, that's exactly what happens.
That's it, and it's harder for Harvey to actually shoot in on the takedowns as well. With Sami being, you know, that much smaller than him, makes it difficult to get to them hips. You saw in the first takedown attempts in the beginning of that round, Sami was just boom, sprawled straight away. Great work from both guys, really, and you know, Sami following on from his teammate who literally fought in the last fight, so he's up on a high after that too. So both experienced corners.
We'll see if the bets were on now, because we'll see if Sami looks to try and finish quicker in the second.
That's it. He came out strong in that first round, especially with them strikes, and we said just as he was walking out, it looks like he can go all day.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So.
Cardio not a problem for him.
See, that jab was really nice there from Harvey. Front kicks
Robertson in that front kick.
So you're just making him miss. That's what he needs to do.
He's trying to keep it at range. Got to be careful that he doesn't get bullied back first to the cage. But
yeah, Sami's doing well of controlling where this fight's actually going. Just misses on a couple of them shots there.
But allows him in on the clinch. And
so you got Harvey pressing up against the cage. He's got an overhook on one side, looking for the underhook on the other. And he gets it. Sami, again, another great job of breaking off the cage. Two completely different styles of striking too.
Yeah.
Harvey Roberts looking to stay nice and sharp and long with his strikes. Sami comes in like a bulldozer with some...
well, he has to, doesn't he, to close that. He swings. They're nothing very straight.
Yeah, that's it. They're not. It's not that they're wild shots. They're just hooks. Yeah, he's coming in with some big hooks, and with that amount of power.
Yeah.
That's why he's throwing him like that. He knows he can end the fight with one shot.
And it'll also allow him to get inside those long limbs of Harvey Roberts there.
So he looks for the sweep, does Sami, but he uses the turn off to break off.
And it's not a partisan crowd here. Sami really does have the lion's share of the support here. Tries to go to the body and up to the chin again.
So yeah, Harvey trying to feint into his strikes here, which will work, but he needs to throw more of them to start tricking the mind of Sami whilst they're striking.
Well, you could hear Jason Tan in the corner calling for more straight shots, more straight shots.
Ooh, nice counter right there from Hoque. They both start to trade shots in the center of the octagon now.
And again, puts everything behind those left hooks.
That's it, but when you miss them, it takes a little bit more off your gas tank. Oh, big leg kicks there from Sami Hoque.
Trying to chop at the lead leg, just below the knee. And then again.
It's that left hook every time. That's the one that's just either clipping or it's just missing. He either needs to be a little bit closer or fake a few more shots before he throws it. Oh, looks to catch the leg before the takedown.
But this time Roberts, no, pushes him off. Much better round for Roberts here.
Yeah, a little bit more control from Roberts this round.
Although it is Hoque walking forward and controlling the center of the cage. That's a tough round for our judges, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think, looking on aggression and strikes landed and, how the fight's been controlled, Sami's probably up 2 just by that second round. But, again, we're not judges. We don't get paid for it. So
you're Jason Tan. You're up in the MMA Academy's corner there. What are you telling Harvey Roberts this round then?
I think he needs to have a bit more output. He's telling him the right things, with the long strikes, everything nice and sharp rather than, the way that Sami is striking. But yeah, Harvey, I think just a bit more output, show the judges he is trying to land these strikes, and I think putting that pressure on Hoque might actually help him win this next round, back him up against the cage rather than Sami doing it to him, and then to be fair for the corner of Sami, it's more of the same.
Yep.
More of the same. He's had some great takedown defense. We've not really seen too much on the floor, and obviously we've seen his striking. It's been great. So. Referee Paul Crossley, ready for round number 3.
Touch gloves, and we'll see if it's second versus same. It's straight to the head again. Harvey Robertson, a teep down the middle.
See, he throws his shots, moves that head off, and makes Sami miss. And trade kicks. That lead leg of Harvey. Got some nice welts on the side of it.
Hoque landed some very strong low kicks. Hasn't gone back to it yet, though.
That's what Harvey needs more of. Them first 2 punches, they weren't there to land. They were there to set the kick up, and a great turn off and a big knee from Harvey Roberts. But Sami Hoque straight in on the takedown.
Just strength there. Now into side control. He's so close to his corner, he might as well be in it. So. He'll be listening intently to but a great stand-up.
And Harvey doing well to control him up against the cage. He's not got any head pressure on him. With him being the taller guy, it's hard for him to actually get that head under Sami's head.
Yep.
Couple of toe stomps there. We love a little bit of that.
It's more like he's forcing Sami further and further down with the head as opposed to pinning him in place. But
he was trying to work to put his center of gravity over his knees to get him to the floor. Sami again. Well, every round he's worked off this cage beautifully.
Works those underhooks, gets the body lock, turns his man back around. But Harvey Roberts...
Oh, big knee from Sami Hoque.
Harvey Roberts is not here to just make up the numbers.
No, that's it. Both of these guys are gonna keep trying to win this fight until the last bell goes, and they've probably got about 3 rounds left in them, I'd say.
Well, it certainly looks like both could go another 2 if required, but right now, Hoque fighting off the takedown.
Beautiful defense.
Yeah, he's got,
very nimble feet.
Yeah. Because as soon as you can clasp those, Roberts can clasp those hands behind the hip if he can get there, it ain't much to get him up.
No,
you know what I mean?
It.
You don't have to move him too far, but Hoque just not having any of it.
That's it, looking for the single leg, head on the outside. Sami doing a good job to press
head
off.
Pressure
Lovely, and 2 big strikes to break off. Wow.
Yeah, you can't fall asleep even for a nanosecond when you're disengaging with this young fighter because he'll make you pay.
Looks for a body lock of his own now, does Sami. He looked like he went to attempt to take down there. Didn't quite get it. We're sweaty. We're deep in the 3rd round, Steve.
Looked for a moment like he was going to try and step behind. No, trying to drive in for 10 seconds left on the double. Gets him up. Brings him down.
And these rounds have absolutely flown by.
And our judges have got a choice to make here.
See, great rounds from both guys. I think definitely the 1st round went to Sami. I think the 2nd round, like we said, was a pick, and we don't really know. And that 3rd round, pretty close too. So, yeah.
Be interesting to see the scorecards here.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's going to be it'll be 29-28 to whoever's going to have won this fight. It's going to be very close. What a great showing from both guys. Sami Hoque looking to move to 5-0. Harvey Roberts looking to move to 3-1 MMA Academy.
Yeah, our judges have passed their decision to Mr. Seth Khan, who's stepping into the cage. Before we make this result official, we'll give a quick shout out to CH Productions, MMA Reloaded, DN4 Photography, Feel Supreme, and Eric's Fight Gear. Let's turn it over to Seth Khan to make this official.